First off, I would like to say the Red Pill community has helped me out tremendously. And I have a lot of respect for anybody in the Red community that tries to help out young teenage boys, men, better themselves, wake them up. I got tons of respect for you. And I'm not going to call out anybody individually. And honestly, what does my opinion matter to anybody? I'm just some regular Joe Schmo. What I will say is I hear a lot of alpha talk. Oh, I'm alpha. I'm alpha this. I'm alpha that. Be this alpha. How to be alpha. But then I hear there's all these problems with the manosphere of people having beef with each other and talking crap about each other. And I mean, that really doesn't sound too alpha to me. Getting up on the internet, maybe uploading a video, talking smack about somebody. It's like if you have a problem with somebody, unless you're trying to generate views, why don't you deal with it like a man? And how men deal with it is like fight it out. Why are you bickering like a female would online? These content creators obviously have money because they say they have money. They boast about how much women they get, how hot the women that they get, and how people like me are basically losers because I work a 9-to-5 job. Well, when you have kids that you couldn't afford, that you really can't afford, and like you're struggling to get by, your options are kind of limited. I put myself in this position. I have no one else to blame but myself. And then I'm getting to the point where I'm almost about to be free. I can definitely build up my brand, but they like to talk crap about people like me, call us losers. I just don't see how I'm a loser when I'm working a job. Maybe I'm not to the level of the girls that they're used to, and honestly, I wouldn't even want to deal with the girls that they deal with, 9s and 10s. I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with that. I mean, physically that'd be one thing, but I just get tired of it. I don't have the energy. I don't want to deal with that. I really don't want to deal with 18, 20-year-olds. I really just don't want to deal with them. I just don't have the energy. And that's cool if people like to do that. And I'm happy for these guys. Like they're killing it. Like their lives are awesome. They're living the best life, and that, I'm telling you, that's awesome. But for them to denigrate people like me who are hardworking people, it's kind of like they have that attitude where these females have of hardworking males, how they're below them. That's how they kind of seem like don't you realize, like, that's cool, you're an entrepreneur and you're doing great, but don't you realize there's people that work under you and you have to have that? Like, you're not a king, you're human, like, you're not God's gift to the earth. I just don't like the attitude that they try to put out. It's their egos, But anyway, I do have a lot of respect, and these guys have helped me out a lot. They've helped wake me up. But to sit here and bicker and then act like little teenage girls when you're trying to say you're alpha and trying to show you're alpha, you have the means to get in a UFC, not a UFC, but a MMA type of atmosphere with the other person you got a problem with. Why don't you do that? Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? You know how much views you'll get on that video? put your money where your mouth is and get in the octagon and fight it out like alpha men, like you say you are. That's my problem with these people. They say one thing, right? Then they do another. And I get nobody's perfect. I really get it. But I just don't like when people sit here and try to say how alpha they are and they act a different way. A lot of these guys, honestly, are just trying to sell a brand. That's what they're trying to do. They're just marketing. That's all they are. And they speak a lot of truths. They really do. And like I said, they've helped me out immensely in my life. They've helped me out. They've helped me see the light. But you really got to be careful with these people. Look at my content. I don't have some academy that you have to pay for. I'm not selling t-shirts. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm doing this on my own free time. In fact, putting myself out there for anybody to take one of my videos and totally destroy me. And by the way, I don't have my comments turned off. I don't know what the heck is going on with YouTube. I don't delete comments. I don't turn it off ever. I've never done it. I don't touch it. I welcome it. Well, I welcome the trolls. I don't care. You know, there is some of these red pill guys that block troll. That sounds like a pretty feminine thing to me. I mean, I don't block anybody. I don't care. I just won't respond. That's what you do. You just don't respond. I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm alpha, because I really don't think I'm that alpha. I really don't. I'm just trying to be the best man I possibly can be. I'm trying to be the strongest man I can be. I'm trying to correct mistakes and bad habits in my life that have been formed from childhood or bad choices and raising my kids all on my own. So it's definitely not the easiest thing. I don't have a lot of free time to put myself out there and really get myself healed up like Wim Hof has done, or yeah. So I don't claim to be alpha. I don't claim to be this. I just try to be the strongest man I possibly can be, you know, and that's what my whole thing is. These guys just need to fight it out. You don't have to go meet each other at a bar and fight it out in public in that type of atmosphere. You have the means. You guys are rich. You guys boast about it all the time, how great you are. Then put your funds together and fight each other in the octagon. And quit. I gotta watch my language. I really gotta watch my language. Quit being weak.